Now that you are done with the Getting Started folder, the next step is to begin your actual weekly folders. And it's going to be in the link that you will access from now on within the class in order to get your work done. So the nice thing about the Getting Started folder is once you've done it, you don't have to do it again. And that means if you take Physics B Part 1 and then you take Physics B Part 2 next quarter, something along those lines, you don't have to do the Getting Started folder again. So once it's done, it's done. It's the same thing with the technology orientation. Once you complete it, it's done. Now with Physics B, there are two parts to the class. There's Part 1, weeks 1 through 8, and there's Part 2, weeks 9 through 16. Now whether or not one week or one part of the class will be open will be based on what quarter we're in. So if we're in quarter 3, Part 1 will be what students are working on. If we're in quarter 4, Part 2 will be what students are working on. And sometimes there are students who take a block schedule, meaning they work on Part 1 and Part 2. Or if we're in the summer session, most students will be working on Part 1 and Part 2. And that means you'll go in order. You'll start with Part 1, weeks 1 through 8, and then you'll do Part 2, weeks 9 through 16. So you'll look in the left-hand menu again, and if we're in quarter 3, find Part 1. If we're in quarter 4, which is the end of the school year, find Part 2, and you'll click on those links appropriately. Now again, if you are confused on what to do next, where to go, or what part of the class you're working on, please email me or text me. I can help you with this. Again, I don't want you wasting time or struggling because of that. And then the last piece I have to touch on, you'll notice that there are quite a few links below this video. Those links are school policies that I have to put within my class. Make sure that you have the student handbook available to you in easy access. And then the student pace chart, whether it's a school year or the summer session, those links will also be below for you to access within the Getting Started folder. They're not actual assignments, they're more resources, but just something to be aware of. Okay? So go ahead when you're ready, you can click on Part 1 or Part 2, depending on what quarter we're in or what class you're enrolled in, and we'll get started with that.